If that is real, it means that this is not a planet, it's hell.
It's just a bigger reason why we tend to kill you.
Next day, I get a phone call from my aide. I'm with the police. My brake lines were cut. Somebody tried to kill me.
They're never going to let you into the club. Charlie Kirk was in that club. He started to question the club. Now he's out of the club.
Crackpot, conspiracy theorist. Bye-bye, Michael Hastings. Horrible guy. Brain's pattern matching logic is also really good at fooling itself.
George Bush in the classroom with the children chanting.
Hey, yeah, I remember that.
Did you see the chanting, though?
I don't remember that.
You know what? The idea that people in power use that power to preserve that power, lawfully or unlawfully, that's crazy. If you think that people do surreptitious, secretive things to gain power, to maintain power, for fun, for whatever reason, if you think that human nature includes the capacity to be dishonest, something is wrong with you. Drive into a wall at 120 miles an hour in a Mercedes. Michael Hastings, crackpot, conspiracy theorist. Bye-bye. Look him up, Michael Hastings. Horrible guy.
They cut your what?
Somebody cut my AIDS brake lines.
Your AIDS brake
You know,
lines.
I got party insiders were never going to accept me. They made that very clear in the beginning when they called me and they said they wanted to kill me.
You don't get elected without us.
Okay.
And telling us that you're going to run in November is just a bigger reason why we tend to kill you.
That's like a Jerky Boys call.
It sounds like
crazy.
one of those guys, right? And then next day I get a phone call from my aide saying that I'm with the police. My brake lines were cut. Somebody tried to kill me.
Damn.
I didn't know stuff like that actually happened.
You know, some of my advisors said to take it seriously. And, you know, I was like, I don't know. But then the brake lines get cut and, you know, your calculation changes. And, you know, very quickly you're like, geez, you know, somebody almost just died. You know,
Reminds me of high school.
Like, yeah, what's next to swirly?
I mean, high school was like toilet paper and,
Yeah,
and eggs.
more like.
And the police confirmed they were cut as well. In fact, they called me and I said, are you sure they're cut? And they said, it seems that way. We'll know for sure within an hour. So I waited. They called me back and they said, sir, they're definitely cut. A guy named DVS confronted Kassar in Brooklyn the other day, or in New York City somewhere the other day, and asked him about it. And he just said, he was clearly lawyered up. He said it's with the lawyers, and I can't talk about this anymore.
That's the thing that gets these conservatives caught up every single time, is if I can't beat them, join them. That's done for. It's over. It's not going to happen. You're not going to join them. They're never going to let you into the club. Charlie Kirk was in that club. He started to question the club. Now he's out of the club. There's no club. You're not in the club. They're going to kill you. They want to kill you. They want to kill your kids. Stop thinking that making a pact with the devil is going to come out good for you. It's not. You're going to get f***ed.
It's going to come full circle, and people are going to be like, wait a minute, maybe not liking Israel is super justified, right? Like, that's going to bite them in the butt.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're just going to kill us all, you know? I mean,
Okay, interesting.
Peter Thiel has like an enemies list of like 2 million people in Palantir. Palantir came in on the heels of Doge. Elon Musk brought Doge in to every department, to the IRS, the Treasury Department, education, the rest of it. And everyone that worked in Doge had also worked for Palantir. When Doge left, the Palantir people stayed. And what they're doing now is they're creating a master database that has your education records, health records, tax records, and they're going to be in one giant searchable database for this administration with a $150 billion budget for ICE that wants to take citizenship from people that criticize Israel. In 2001, after 9/11, they took what was a CIA program and they just effectively privatized it to bypass the Constitution. You know, Constitution protects people's privacy, but a private company doesn't have to play by the same rule. They're founded in 2001. Until 2008, they only worked for the CIA. And the CIA actually provided startup money through their venture capital arm, In-Q-Tel. So they provided all the money for it, and they created all the products. So Peter Thiel, Alex Karp, Joe Lonsdale, they were at Langley, Virginia, at the CIA headquarters making everything for the CIA as a so-called contractor. And then after that, they branched out into everything. So they identified the Capitol rioters on January 6th. They were identifying who wasn't vaccinated in 2021.
All right, so this guy thinks the TV is watching him.
You wonder why can't sleep, right? Hey, man, y'all gonna get rid of them. We getting rid of TVs, man.
It's a burn-in. It's a burn-in on the TV. He's wrong. Is he that wrong? Do you think the TV's not watching him? Do you think there's not a Chinese man on the other end of your
Look at
device
that haunting visage too. That's
watching
their
you?
face.
People are so quick to be this like gamer know-it-all. I know every fact. It's actually a residual memory in the LCD from the system. It was hypothesized from the pixel in there. You sound so f***ing smart, man. And there's not a Chinese guy on the other end of your device watching you right now because you're a genius. You know the mid-curve thing? You're on the low end of the spectrum. If you're on the low end of the spectrum, you are protected by superstition and stupidity. Just because this guy doesn't know how to back up his argument doesn't mean that it's any less valid. That's the point here, guys, all right? Hey, man, that TV watching me. Hey! That's actually smart. That's what you should say and get rid of your TV. You're not gonna because you're a gamer and you know that it's a burn-in.
I have to explain to these little men about how the pattern recognition machine of the human brain works. Maybe you haven't heard of it. But when we were cavemen, you might have heard a roaring tiger. But what you didn't realize was that it was actually a roaring river. So the pattern matching there was false. So that makes sense that if you see a documented child pimp photographed with the leader of every tech company, the leader, all these important politicians, that's your brain making a false pattern. Brain's pattern matching logic is also really good at fooling itself. Spurious coincidences become patterns that demand a story to explain them. Spurious, using the word spurious.
Did you see the 9/11 video, George Bush in the classroom with the children chanting?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. He's like, did you see the chanting though?
I don't remember that.
Everybody remembers George Bush being
Dumbfounded,
catatonic,
and stupid, and
Yeah,
dumbstruck.
if you go back and watch that video, before he's sitting there looking dumbfounded, the teacher's reading from a book, and this might just be the only way to get inner city kids to learn how to read, but this technique that she used to teach the reading, she's saying,
"Get ready, Hyde." Yes, Hyde. Get ready to read this word the fast way. Get ready.
what the hell is that?
I don't know.
So
No, they were on that section that day. That section of phonetics. That's a bit weird.
Has that been debunked? Let's look up to see.
The odd timing of that seems a bit suspect.
Falling victim to a flaw in the human brain. I told you I know these people. Human brains are amazing pattern matchers. Ooh, we're going with an evolutionary argument, are we? The problem is that the brain's pattern matching logic is also really good at fooling itself. Oh, yes, of course. This makes total sense. Why wouldn't the brain's pattern matching logic be good at fooling itself? It would be advantageous for a caveman to notice false patterns everywhere and to freak out over them. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Anybody out there who's a detective watching this, I know we have a lot of people in the law enforcement community, just remember that your brain is a faulty, the pattern matching logic is faulty. So if you hear a person of interest talking about moving packs, moving weight, getting keys, things like that, these are just coded illusions, in my opinion. Same goes for some $65,000 hot dogs or pizza and putting egg on a pizza. It's just your brain is recognizing certain patterns right now.
It's not possible for someone like me or like you or like little Timmy Thomas on his computer. He's got 10 Discord channels. He's a computer wizard.
Timmy Thomas is prolific on Discord.
It would be impossible for someone as smart as us to fall for any kind of psyop or emotional manipulation at a time like this. But on the off chance that someone, this is a very small chance, on the off chance that somebody somewhere with an agenda, there's almost no chance this is happening. No. On the off chance that somebody somewhere with an agenda might be looking to capitalize on this event, spin it for nefarious purposes, very small chance this is happening. I can't see this happening. Even though we're so smart, it might behoove us to choose our words, would you say carefully?
Cautiously, carefully, intentionally.
A degree of precision. Discriminately, including your own internal dialogue. No matter what the result of the speculation is, the end result is the same, and that's that you, white man, are under attack.
If the stuff that people are talking about, if that is real, it means that this is not a planet, it's hell or a simulation. I don't think things like that can exist in a normal place. Does that make sense? Is that weird? Is it like religious or something?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but it seems to me that sort of stuff happening, it seems so out of this world it can only happen in hell.
Oh, well, maybe we'll vote our way into a better... No, you're not. No, you're not. Let's arm ourselves with understanding about the historically provable periods of history where we had prosperity. It exists. We have had true Garden of Eden reality in our history because of certain things, largely, which was given to us by God and the prophets. Usury chief among them. That is my number one thing. You look at history, you will find that when there was no usury, there was prosperity, there was no crime, the world was good. It was wholesome. It was the way it should be, traditional family and all. Where you have usury, everything we see today comes directly from usury. Directly.
This is the joy they feel when your children are castrated, brainwashed to hate you. This is their ecstasy. The only joy they can experience, the only good that they can envision is to take something beautiful or innocent down to their level. And when they can't do it, the next best thing is blood. These are the people who smugly revel in this. This is the fall of ancient Rome that we are living through currently.
This fight is so difficult, and why it doesn't feel like a fight, it feels like it feels like head trauma, is because the weapons used and the rules of engagement are so totally alien to anyone that's not a Brazilian. And the more sort of mentally straight you are, the more you have your head put on properly, the more perverse and incomprehensible the situation is. The more, the harder it is to explain to someone like that they're under attack.
We're all at the mercy of this system that we can't escape, and we need to trade our time for money, for food and rent and everything else, and we need to find a way to fulfill ourselves in an evil and unjust world, et cetera, et cetera. It's the same whether you're a doctor or working in media or what have you. So I would say just try to help people and make some dough.